Well, hello everyone, my name is Aberrant and welcome back to another modded creature guide. In today's creature guide we'll take a closer look at the very moody Spinosaurid Angaturama from the mod Additional Creatures Kami's Creation. In this video I'll talk about the most important information that you should know about this thing and also gonna show you how to tame it. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video, shall we? First of all, where can you actually find them? The Angaturama only spawns in jungles, the Sung Forest on Extinction, the Luminous Marshlands on Aberrant, this is where you can find this Aberrant variant, and in the Bog Biome on Genesis Part 1, this is where you can find his X variant. As mentioned earlier, the Angaturama is a very moody creature. All three variants of this thing can spawn with one of three different moods. These moods are, by the way, permanent and they can't be changed no matter what. The interesting thing is these moods aren't just there for no reason, they actually change the Angaturama, not their physical look, but mostly their stats, their behavior as wild creatures, and even two of their attacks are getting completely changed, which is very interesting. There are two ways to figure out what mood the Angaturama has. Number one, if you have the Awesome Spyglass mod, you can simply just take a look at them and it will immediately tell you, because the mood basically counts as a permanent buff. But if you don't have the Awesome Spyglass, you basically just have to take a closer look at their moveset and how they interact with other wildlife around them. So let's start with the very first mood. The first mood would be neutral. If you see an Angaturama in the wild attacking other creatures, and if they specifically do this attack, then you get yourself a neutral Angaturama. They have no stat adjustments and an average aggression radius, and they also have a 40% chance to sit in the wild if they're not aggroed onto anything. To tame them, you simply just have to knock them out and just put their taming food into their inventory. The second mood would be carefree. If you see an Angaturama walking around in the wild and they don't attack anything, literally nothing, then you get yourself a carefree one. You can simply just approach them and passively feed them without the need of ghillie. However, you can only tame them when they sit down. Also keep in mind, passive taming grants more affinity per food item, speeding up taming time. This means carefree is the easiest one to get. They have plus 10% health, plus 10% movement speed, but minus 20% melee damage. Angaturama has a 20% chance to spawn as carefree. Lastly, we would have the frenzied one. If you see an Angaturama attacking basically everything in a very large radius, and if they specifically do this attack, you got yourself a frenzied Angaturama. These things, just like the neutral ones, are knockout tames. Frenzied Angaturamas have plus 10% melee damage, plus 10% stamina, but also minus 20% health. Angaturama has a 15% chance to spawn as frenzied. Their preferred taming food would be extraordinary kibble, but if you don't have that, you can use raw mutton, and if you don't have that, just use raw prime meat. Now let's talk about the Taming Trape. Of course, only use this trap when you found yourself a frenzied or neutral Angaturama that you want to tame. For this trap you need 2 stone foundations, 6 stone door frames, 3 stone pillars, 1 stone stair, and 1 large bear trap. If you want to use a creature to lure one of these guys into a trap, I would recommend a Procoptodon with a decent health and saddle and at least 110% movement speed. Left click is a bite. Right click is a claw slash. Hits twice on land and once underwater. C is a hiss for aesthetics. Spacebar is a jump. X is a unique attack that varies based on the mood. For a neutral Angaturama, X is a bite that inflicts the custom debuff known as Rent. This debuff lowers the defense of a target by 5% and stacks up to 5 times. Left control is a raw for aesthetics. On a Carefree one, X is a tail swipe that deals knockback. On land, this can be used while moving and hits twice, inflicting trike-styled stun on anything with 150 drag weight or less. However, in water, this attack only hits once. The X attack on a frenzied Angaturama is a grab and maul. The first bite is the only part of the attack that deals damage normally. Angaturama can grab things up to 150 drag weight. If he successfully grabs a target, he will proceed to maul them for 5 hits of 35 base damage. Each hit applies Deinonstel Bleed, meaning a single use of this attack inflicts a maximum stack of Deinonychus Bleed. Cannot affect bosses, by the way. When the Angaturama is done mauling the target, it throws the target off towards its right and inflicting the poor victim with trike-style stun. But yeah guys, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please do me a huge favor and smack that like button. And of course, if you don't want to miss any of my videos ever again, just subscribe and hit the bell. Have an absolutely amazing and beautiful day, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.